we are at the Coventry railway station because we're going to Glasgow today. So I'm wearing my hat because it is sunny, and I'm wearing my mask because obviously I'm gonna be on a train for 5 hours. I think it's gonna take a while, so I just want to be sure. And it's allergy season. I want to try my best to get away from the pollen as well. So the Coventry train station is a grade 2 listed building because it is just so beautiful. So this is how it looks like. This is where the tickets are if you don't book online. This is how it is on the inside. But we're gonna make a turn later. So if you turn over here, this will take you to the new railway station. We will do a deep dive on the train station at some point, just not in this video. I think I'm on platform 3. But it's not here yet, but we will go to platform 3. Okay everyone, we're gonna go to platform 3 because it's 8:02 and it arrives at 8:27. So we'll see how that works out for us. So we are gonna scan this down there. Hi everyone, I'm Pat. I'm a Filipina living in the UK, and on this channel I document my experiences of living abroad. If you feel like that's content you guys want to see more of, make sure you hit that subscribe button so we see each other more often. Sorry for the noise, because obviously we are waiting for a train. I forgot to do the intro while we were outside. I also forgot to get breakfast, get some food on the train, because I'm sure you guys would love to see that. So we got on board, and luckily it's one of the new Avanti West Coast trains. I love these trains because they are clean and they have also space for my luggage where I put my bag over there. I did book online, so I was able to set my preferences. I wanted one with a table, and that's what we got. And of course, how could I not do the toilet tour, which is something usually people ask. I'm actually really happy with the toilets here because it was really clean and kept, although it might be because it was early in the morning. We have just arrived in Preston Garvey. If you get the reference, you're good. But yeah, we're just gonna wait for the next train. But it's my first time like laying over here in Preston. It's a really good station. Let's see what they got. So I do have like an hour to kill, like 50 minutes. They got little plaques up here. Is that a Taylor Swift reference? So technically, the train I was on was already on its way to Glasgow. However, my tickets were a split ticket, so that means I had to ride a different train for a cheaper price. I could have stayed on, but if I did and I got caught, it's a £100 fine or something, so I got off. Ooh, it's a pride train! I personally think this is one of the most beautiful train stations I've seen here in the UK. And you know, we like the old timey-wimey stuff. It's also gigantic. It's got 6 platforms, I think. So it goes all the way over there.
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to Glasgow Central, calling at Lancaster, Penrith, Carlisle.
So one of the things I like about the trains here is that they are pet friendly, especially for assistance dogs. And we are gonna go get some breakfast as I promised in one of the carriages here. So you might be wondering, why are the trains fully serviced? Like, why do they have a little cafe? Why do they have toilets? It's because the journey from Coventry to Glasgow is 5 hours long, 5.5 I think. So that's why they have all of these like amenities, quote unquote, if you want to call it that. It is a bit pricier to buy them on the train, but I just wanted to do it for the video as well. Got our snacks. We're gonna go back to the carriage to eat. So I just got a basic meal deal, which is a drink, snack, and a meal, which is a sandwich or a pasta. This was around £5.50, I would say. Hey everyone, I just got off the train. I think that was a good 5 hours of our time. But here we are in Glasgow Central. This is my second time here actually. My family's gonna be picking me up. I did my makeup in the train as well. Now in Glasgow, this is actually one of my favorite stations here in the UK because if you can notice, it's really cute. It's got all these accents. I think I can see my cousin. He's waiting for me down there. I can see him. But it's a very cute station. So after my families picked me up, we also went to Costco, which is basically the OG Landers and SNR. Hello! Kasama natin si Vance today. Wow! we got sushi, and they also do taco kits. Interesting. Mabigat ba? Kaya naman.
Parang ang mababa yung
For the cookies. Oh my god, they have the cookies. They have the Costco cookies. Costco cookies! It's the Costco cookies. I haven't had these since I was in Canada. That was the last time. I miss these cookies so much. I'm crying. Not really. It's hay fever. So we also dropped off Vance over at Greenock, which is where he lives now. This is his view. Absolutely spectacular. Being by the body of water, I was told that the Glasgow ports are just nearby as well. Hello everyone! Meron tayong surprise guest for today's vlog.
Hi.
Layo nang narating!
Good morning.
We also went to GOMA, which in short is the Gallery of Modern Art. Hello, we are going to GOMA. Look at this, beautiful. So like most museums here in the UK, GOMA is free to enter, so if you ever find yourself in Glasgow, this is definitely a nice place to go for a bit of art and culture. We are checking out the galleries. I heard the main one is closed, but we are currently in gallery 2. So that's one of the things that I like the most about living here in the UK is that most of the museums are free. So if you go to a random city, you would have a museum to go to for free. Of course, all of them are always open to donations, which is the ideal price to give is like around £3 to £5. We are at the gift store and this is the cutest little sling bag. It's a coffee. We also got a cloud. And an egg. I love these. So we are at Georgia Square. This is basically their city hall. This is Glasgow City Council's offices. This was built in the 1800s, which is a bit crazy. So it is a bit sunny. That's why I got my cap on. But we are here looking at the main sites. This is the city hall. They also have their war memorial statues over here in front of the city center. Here it is, square with all the activities. We're gonna go to the subway later, but I think we are gonna go eat. We're gonna get some Jollibee. So when I go to a city that has a Jollibee, I usually eat in the Jollibee because in my area in the West Midlands, the closest Jollibee is still far away. We don't have one in our city. This is the Jollibee here. They are preparing our order. We are number 134. And yeah, this is the menu basically that they got. And obviously the ambiance is a bit better. You can notice it. We are gonna eat upstairs, so we're gonna... So a lot of people dispute with me that the Jollibee does not taste the same. Oh, before we get into that, this is one of the mango coconut sundaes. I love it. But I swear the taste is the same. It's just a bit more expensive here. Hi everyone. So we are currently here. We are taking the subway. Yes, this is our ticket. First time sa subway. Here we are. Hi everyone. So we are at the Botanical Gardens. We're gonna see what blooms they have this time around because we went here during winter. We'll see how it is. It's not really good for my hay fever, but here we are. So this is the Botanical Gardens. That is inside. We will take a peek inside in a bit. I love dropping by the Botanical Garden. It's just my hay fever is really acting up. I can't even keep my eyes open. That's how bad that is. Here we are. This is the Botanical Gardens. So the Botanical Garden is actually really beautiful, but the problem is, since it's summer and this is a greenhouse, Basically, it is hot as hell currently and it's very humid, but obviously the plants need this during the winter. It was more pleasant to come here during the winter, obviously. So this is what's in the center. Here we go. Oh, they got some little glass artworks here. So according to the Friends of the Glasgow Botanic Gardens website, the gardens have actually been around for around 200 years. So they started in 1817 from Thomas Hopkirk, who is a distinguished Glasgow botanist. Here we are. All the plants. I don't want to stay too long here, guys, because definitely my eyes are gonna die. I'm already crying because of the hay fever. But this is all the very plantita things that we know of. So here we are. Yee. I think my mom has a lot of these in her garden. The cactuses. It's a cute little botanical garden. So it does help that some of the windows are open, but it is still hella humid in here and warm and toasty. So before I went to Glasgow, I saw my cousin, uncle, actually having a bingsu, and I was just like, I miss bingsu so much, you need to take me there. So this is why we are in Bing, Seoul. And I want to say I haven't had bingsu in so long, even while I was in the Philippines. So I ordered this, which was like the salted caramel one, I think. Absolutely delicious. I was not a fan though of the colored candies that they put on it. Everyone got their own flavor, absolutely delicious. All of us had like a really good time catching up, sitting down, and yeah, we had a really good time here in Bing, Seoul. Hi, this is day 3. We are at Kelvingrove. Here it is. We've been there before, but it's always nice to visit this museum because it has so many things in store. So Kelvingrove was established in 1901, making it more than 100 years old, I would say. It does have over 22 themed state-of-the-art galleries displaying 18,000 objects according to their website. And as I have mentioned previously, this museum is also free to enter, which is just amazing. Aside from the objects on display, aside from the artwork and all the artifacts, you also have the architecture, which is just so breathtaking on its own. It just reminds me a lot of the hall that Anastasia danced in the cartoon, like the first few scenes while it was still like happy before like things went downhill. So one of the main reasons I wanted to go here was because the dolly wasn't here the first time I went. So this is the Christ of St. John of the Cross by Salvatore Dali. Obviously, we know Dali is the one who painted the melting clocks. And of course, in Money Heist, he is the face of Money Heist, basically. So this is one of the most beautiful spots, definitely in Kelvingrove. The art is beautiful, but definitely the architecture itself is just as beautiful as the exhibits. So this is the things you can see down here in Kelvingrove. There is a twinning or a mirror replica of this wing on the other side, but with a different exhibit. Over here we have a Rembrandt. This is not my first Rembrandt, but always nice to see his work everywhere. This is a Henry Matisse. We remember him from art school back in uni. A lot of colorful ones in this gallery. Is this the same Renoir? It is! This is the Renoir we know and love. Hi everyone, it's our last night here in Glasgow and we are gonna be eating here at Coast. So it's called Coast because quite obviously it is right opposite the coast, and here it is. I'll take you guys inside in a bit. Coast is a very luxurious restaurant but still has a relaxed feel, and obviously, as I mentioned earlier, it is called Coast because you can see the port of Glasgow from here and you are right by the coast. I do believe that they are managed by a large hotel and restaurant group called Quali over at Glasgow. And they really lean into this whole nautical theme, as you could see with the interiors of the restaurant. It is very, beachy, nautical, summery themed. They do breakfast, but since this was my last day in Glasgow, my family was very kind enough to book us a table over the sunset. And as you can see, the food looks so scrumptious, very delicious as well. The service was really good as well, and I do recommend this place for like a really fancy dinner, like a special occasion, like an anniversary or a birthday, something like that. It might look like we went for lunch because if you look at the windows, like the sun is still up and it's still bright, but this was actually around 9 p.m. at the peak of summer here in the UK. So I promise we were having dinner. Again, the food was just absolutely delicious. Forgive my eyes because of the hay fever. But this is definitely a wonderful place to go to for a special occasion. It ticks all the boxes for a very special meal together. The next day, my aunt took me to the Willow tea rooms for some afternoon tea. This is dead smack in the middle of Glasgow's main city centre. So while tea rooms are actually very common in the UK, what makes this one special and uniquely Glaswegian is that the whole theme here is Charles René Mackintosh, who is a big Glaswegian artist, which is why at the front of the store you have like a gift shop of like basically proudly Scottish, Glaswegian, and René Mackintosh items. So this is where we're seated, very cute, overlooking as well. This is the tea menu. So when you're visiting the UK as like a tourist, or if you're moving here permanently, some of the things you simply have to try is go to a pub and get some fish and chips. Or obviously, you need to have afternoon tea at least once. And what I like about the Willow tea rooms is that since it is inspired by a Glaswegian artist, it's very unique to like Glasgow's identity. We did have a good time here, spilling some tea, having some tea, and of course having our afternoon tea, which was a savory option. It was nice to be seated in this private area at the edge of the second floor, and with the windows open, we did hear someone busking with a bagpipe, so it was just like a very Scottish experience. And this is me trying some haggis. Hi everyone, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming with me to Glasgow. I wanted to do my extra now because obviously when the train starts moving, it's gonna be super noisy. But yeah, it was nice to have you guys in this trip to Glasgow. I had so many fun sites. This is the second time I've been here, and obviously not the last because we do have family here, so I will be coming up from time to time. But if this feels like content that you guys want to see more of, make sure to hit that subscribe button so we see each other more often. Again, this has been Kat. I'm a Filipino living in the UK, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!